Hi, welcome. In this video, we're going to be interacting with Thanos, who is the 14-month-old Saint Bernard. And Thanos is here on a two-week board train. He has shown aggression towards other dogs at quite a high level. He's holding quite a lot of control. And he's transitioning into a new home environment. So his owners have several other dogs. They're looking to bring him into the home. Right now, he's in within the same home, but he's in a different area of the home. And so the idea is to bring him in so that all the dogs can begin to interact together. But right now, he needs some help, okay, in terms of beginning to change his perceptions, beginning to release control. And so the goal of this board train is, again, through interacting with him in a very specific way, is to start to work on that transition, okay, with changing how he perceives me. And then through this process, how he perceives the owners. The owners have already had a couple of home visits, which is great because they're already on the right path. They understand the system, and they've already advocated with their other dogs. So all the groundwork is being established to begin to bring all the dogs together. Now, all the dogs are holding a certain level of control. Thanos is holding quite a bit. Okay, so you're going to see me bringing them out. This is I'm just a couple of hours into him arriving. So this is very early on. This is the first time that I'm going to interact with him at a level. Again, I had him out just briefly, pretty sketchy. Okay, which means I'm very careful because I can tell that he definitely is holding quite a bit of control. So the idea here is not to get bitten. Don't want to get bitten. Don't have a muzzle on him at this point. We'll see how this goes. But again, this is where there's some variance here, in terms of interacting with him in a way that is intended to create change. But also, there's a little bit of give and take here in terms of the integrity of the method. Understand these interactions. So when you're first doing this, especially in a board train situation, I'll skip some parts, okay? Because understand, if I go through a certain sequence, and say I'm doing the push-pull method, it can really cause things to really go up into a high level. Even though what I'm doing is reasonable, it doesn't matter because based on his level of control, he's still going to react. Okay, it's gonna really send him up into a high level of conflict. So when you're dealing with certain dogs, even though you can say, well, I'm interacting with the dog in a very reasonable way, they understand the intent of what I'm doing. It doesn't matter. Okay, you still have to really be careful because you still can cause the dog to become aggressive. Okay, so this is where a muzzle, and then in terms of how you're interacting, is a little bit of accommodation. When I say accommodation, we're going to see here in just a moment me bringing them out and just really kind of easing into it. Okay, just kind of warming it up, okay, a little bit, and then again as he releases more and more control, then the integrity of these interactions begins to take hold. Okay, the expectations increase. So understand that there's a way to do this with in a way that keeps it safe for people. And Thanos is a big dog. Okay, he's 120 pounds, and so again, you deal with big dogs, you have to be really aware of what you're dealing with. So here, especially in the first day or two, you have to really kind of keep things leveled out. So here you're going to see me. This is very raw. Okay, this is the first time I'm interacting with him this way. My goal is to bring him out and see how many, get him to go into a few sits, just to kind of ease into it. You'll get to see his reactions to this. Okay, I've already have the choke chain on him. Okay, which gives me more leverage. But again, the same thing. When you have a choke chain on the dog that hasn't had a choke chain on before, they become very aware that you have more control over them. And so you have to be very careful, okay, with how you do it. Now, how I do it, again, is not cranking. You don't wait. You have to be proactive. But at the same time, okay, you're just kind of really keeping things leveled out. And so the goal here is to get him to be accepting without causing high conflict. Okay, and that's why again I have him in the crate for a couple of hours before I even start to interact with him, just to get him used to the fact that I'm starting to step into the role that way. Okay, and so again, I'm gonna bring him out. Just gonna do a few sits with him, see how it goes, and again start to line this up. So I start to take him out to the bathroom. Again, he's very aggressive towards other dogs. So I have my neighbors have. And I have a new neighbor that moved in here close by against where our fence line runs, and she has a couple yappy dogs. So I have 5 dogs all alongside this fence line that can be out at any time. One's a Doberman, 2 smaller dogs, and 2 other smaller mixed dogs, and so they can really trigger him or cause him to really express a high level of aggression. So this is why, again, taking a little bit of time to kind of work with him before I take him out into even out to the bathroom, because if you go out there, things can really, again, understand this is, so going into this type of situation, a couple hours, again, when you first start to do, especially day 1, you have to really be aware of what's going on, because you want to keep it safe for everybody, but at the same time, I want to make sure changes happen. So again, that's why I advocate is knowing where that line is. It's kind of a fine line sometimes with, again, especially if you decide not to use a muzzle. Again, I'm always kind of aware of where I'm kind of at in terms of that. So if I suspect that I could get bitten or the potential is there, I will advocate a muzzle. So I'm going to bring him out, Thanos out. We're going to see how this goes. Choke chain on to him. He really wants to get ahead of me here. Taking my time. I'm going to put him into a sit. You don't see it on camera here yet. I'm not rushing out here. I'm going to move out here. Get to see him, and I'm just going to focus here. Now notice how I'm doing the sit. Now he's pulling away here a little bit. Notice how I kind of give it. I'm kind of just taking my time. Still keeping his head up here. Got control of him. I'm going to start to direct him into my side here. Get him into the sit. He's checking me out. Move forward just a bit here. Tap just a bit. Same thing, like in terms of how he's investing. Again, don't want to engage too heavily here. Now here's the thing, he was just sleeping over there. I thought he was snoring at one point, and I realized he's growling in his sleep. Probably dreaming of going after another dog. I mean, that was kind of a moment. He was like, okay, like, Thanos is dreaming of going after dogs in his sleep, so not a good sign. So, all to say, but again, when you come out with a dog like this, it's not about projecting fear either. Like, never be, if you're going to be fearful at a certain level, you're better off putting a muzzle on the dog. Understand, you don't want the dog to get a sense that you're always in control. Okay, so again, always, if you're ever in fear, better to have a muzzle on the dog. And so here, all I'm doing here is just kind of getting him used to me being in control this way. I'm just relaxed. So dealing with an aggressive dog case situation, just really taking my time. So I'll stand here, I can just stand here, just kind of hang out. I'm not petting. I'm not trying to put him into a down. Stay away from that. Okay, some dogs I know kind of what I can get away with, which will be helpful. But when you're dealing with some dogs that have a lot of control, and they can really hurt somebody, I'm not saying he's going to try to do that to me at all here, but I'm just really just taking my time here with Thanos. But again, the idea is just to get this lined up somewhat, so that I'm establishing a relationship this way. That this is where I want him to be, right beside me, but in terms of still interaction based. Okay, so getting him to be agreeable and just moving forward a little bit. Back into the sit. Just being calm. So my idea is to make it around at least kind of just like one kind of little, one lap around here, just with just the sequence, just stopping, controlling him, putting him into the sit, and also pushing on his bum, guiding him, but I'm not trying to do the push-pull yet. That'll happen after, and just tapping a little bit, okay? Same thing, I move forward again. Just really smooth. It's important to be smooth doing this type of thing, especially because if you're too jerky in your interactions, that's going to create conflict. So it's like doing the same thing each time here. Again, right here, I want him right here. There's a line kind of established already where he starts to sense it, that Dale's not going to allow him to go up ahead of his toes. So that's like a set point. You want to establish certain things right away. It's like, so I am establishing certain expectations, putting on him that he's already going to start to understand, because again, he's going to start to understand, I can't get out ahead of Dale. That's one of the things that I'm not going to allow. I'm not going to allow him to get up front. Same thing, moving forward. And I move that, same thing, just how I'm moving him here. He knows the intent. Just how I'm using the choke chain. But notice how I'm using it. So even here, it may look tight. There's only enough influence to it to keep it high in his neck. Okay, understand, right here, there's barely any influence coming on to him through that chain right now. So what I'm doing is, he understands that I'm releasing him from influence once he's agreeable. See, once he's agreeable and accepts, okay, where I want him to go, I'm releasing. Okay, it's language I'm speaking to him right now. So I'm releasing a level of control. Otherwise, you're going to cause conflict, because he's saying, well, I'm giving Dale, I'm agreeing to him. It's like rewriting a contract. Just picture like a 40-page contract where other people have signed off and given him control, and now I'm going through it, I'm flipping up the pages, I'm rewriting it right now with these interactions. I'm saying, okay, page 1, we agreed to page 2. We agreed to not go in front of him. We agree that you're going to be right here. Page 8, 9, and 10 comes later. After a day or two, it's going to be like, okay, we agree to other dogs. You're not going to express aggression towards other dogs. Okay, that agreement, signing off on that paperwork is going to come through the process. So we just keep. So what I'm doing here in the process, I'm rewriting the whole contract. Hour 1 into this, we're just kind of establishing a relationship, and we're re-signing the front of the document as to my role, his role, expectations, but not going crazy. I'm not trying to go through sign 50 pages. This is how people get hurt, okay? And so sensing how much of that paperwork I can sign, at the first day or two. This is what I'm doing with some dogs. I'm just saying, so if I can get away with not using a muzzle, so be it. That's a good thing in a way, because again, just kind of knowing how you're going to work. Same thing. So Thanos is the same thing. So this is like taking stress off him at the same time, but I'm keeping the level of confidence. Same thing. I move forward with him, back into that sit. See, I'm guiding him. Now I gave him a little push-pull there, a little tiny push-pull. Not trying to damn him, because right now it'll come. I will. You'll see videos where I'm going to start to assert, bring him into interactive and bring him into a down position. But I'm certainly not going to do that right yet. This is just starting to engage. Same thing. Move forward. Do a couple laps here. This is going really well. Little push pull. Beautiful dog. Taking my time, just relaxing. Because this is setting up being able to take him out to the bathroom. Okay, you're starting to. Because here's the thing: when I take him out to the bathroom, and he starts to, let's say another dog comes out, and control starts to manifest, I have to intercept that. Okay, I'm going to intercept it. I'm not going to let him do it. So this is laying the groundwork so I can, he'll be agreeable to me intercepting it. So I have to kind of lay the groundwork here a little bit with him so he knows the expectations. Because dogs really do know or sense how you think. They're able to get a roadmap pretty quickly as to how you think. So this is pretty good. I'm going to start to move this way a little bit. So same thing here. You don't want any leaning in. Just keep a little bit of a space. Want some inwardness here. You see that? Same thing. I'm in full control. I'm relaxed. Just one-handing this. But beautiful dog. I mean, Thanos, a great dog. This is just about relationship and the issue about control. Okay, just like parenting. So here it's about doing what's reasonable, but lining this stuff up so that, you know, avoiding high conflict here. Same thing, he's just kind of, just right here, just how I'm kind of moving the leash a little bit. Because every time you move the leash, everything has meaning in it. I'm speaking language all the time. How I'm, you know, moving that leash. So there's definitely a skill set here. So just how I'm moving it, you know, my expectations, what they are, kind of just like I said, just kind of, we're just starting to re-sign the contract. So just a couple hours into this, this was really good, went really, really well. And so I'll be doing this a couple of times, at least a couple of times this way before I think about taking him out to the bathroom and start to get into a bit of routine. But again, Thanos is doing well. So even here, so he gets up a little bit, just kind of move him around, and put him back into the sit. See that? Just smooth and fluid, a little push-pull, not just a little bit. That's just the kind of, you know, it's like an eye-on moment, kind of draws attention a little bit. Doing good. But again, this, once these expectations are set, like I said, once these set points happen, then they're established. So understand right now, there's no way he's going to get in front of me whatsoever during the whole process. So this is set already. So as soon as I bring him out, there's certain things that you establish right away. And then you just, right here, same thing. I didn't let him lay down. You know, I want to go down. I prevented. I didn't crank on him. I just intercepted that. And now